Good morning, everyone, and welcome for today's session. In previous session, in chapter number 2, we were discussing about the capitalism, the economic system, capitalism, and we have started with socialism. Before starting further, let us recall what is socialism. Socialism is defined as the social ownership of means of production, that is land, labor, capital, entrepreneur, the primary means of production, and secondary means of production, man, machine, material, money, are in the hand of social, that is in the hand of public ownership. It means they are owned by government, as well as the functioning of the economy in such a way to maximize social benefit. The main aim of socialism is to maximize social welfare and development of economy. Here in socialism, the aim of government is to increase the welfare of society and not earning or maximizing profit. So the government is working for social welfare and development of the economy. And then we have discussed the features of socialism, like government ownership, central authority, predominance of public sector, decisive role of economic planning, production guided by social benefit, equity of income distribution, abolition of exploitation of labor, etc. Now we will start with advantages of socialism. In socialism, the first advantage is greater economic efficiency. In socialism, the resource allocation, that is what raw material, what money, what amount of labor to be allocated to each and every company is decided through economic planning. Specifically, for what sector, what amount of money to be allocated is decided through economic planning. Through economic planning, the government decide what amount to be allocated, and hence the government allocate the amounts whatever are the need of the sector. Hence, it is believed that the companies will get only the amount only they require, not more than that, not even less than that. Even if the company will receive the more amount than the requirement, then the capital or the resources will be wastage, and if they will receive the lesser amount of resources, then they will always runs in a scarcity of resources, and hence the government will allocate all the resources according to the exact requirement of the organization. This will ultimately lead to optimum utilization of resources, and it will reduce the wastage of resources. This will ultimately turn into an efficient economy. So it is believed that due to an effective allocation of resources, the greater economic efficiency regarding resources will be achieved in socialism. Then the next is greater welfare due to less inequality. The focus of government in socialism is to remove the inequalities from market, from economy. Further, here all the resources are controlled by government, and hence all the general people are considered at a similar level. Unlike in capitalism, the people with capital, the resources, that is the capitalist class, will earning higher and higher income, while those people who do not have resources, that is the labor class, their income remains same. Whereas in socialism, all the resources are controlled and owned by government, and hence there is no any specific person who will have all the resources. This will lead to less concentration of capital in one single person's hand, and hence this will ultimately lead to less inequality in society, and due to the less inequalities, the resources are can be equally distributed. The whole country, the inclusive growth can be made for all the class of people. This will lead to a greater welfare in the society. Now, the third is absence of monopolistic practices. Here in socialism, the government sector owns and control all the sectors, and private players are not allowed to enter into market. Even if if there is any private sector, even if government allowed any private sector, then too they are totally controlled and regulated by government, and hence there is no scope for doing monopolistic practices by such organization in the market. Even if there is a monopoly situation, this will turn if there is any monopoly situation, then it will be a public sector monopoly, whereas the public sector is aiming at maximizing social benefits and not maximizing profit, and hence even if there is monopoly, they will not do any kind of exploitation of customers. For example, in India, railway is having a pure monopoly, but still railway are not charging huge amount of prices from customer, because the aim of railway is not to earn a profit but to provide the transportation facility at a reasonable rate, and hence even if railway is doing loss in passenger category, the railway is not increasing their prices of rail fare. Similar type of practices is done under the socialism. So either there is no monopoly in market, or if even there is a monopoly, then it will be a public sector monopoly, whereas the public sector monopolies are not hazardous. It is believed that they are not hazardous for market. And the last one is absence of business fluctuation. Generally, in capitalism, the market and the business are highly fluctuated. That is the time where the demand is on peak, the time period when the demand is at low, and so on. Whereas in socialism, the resources and business, everything is controlled by government. So if there is a time period where the demand is too high, then the government will instruct all the companies to increase the production to meet the demand, and hence for a long period of time there is no such demand and price difference can be possible. If for a long period of time demand is too high, then the prices will increases, but such things will not be happen, and vice versa. So the businesses are free from such kind of fluctuation, and businesses hardly will see the high time period where the demand is too high, where the supply is less, and vice versa. Such kind of situation generally do not arise, as demand, supply, what to produce, when to produce, how to produce, prices, everything is controlled by government, and hence in a controlled economy such type of business fluctuation hardly can be seen. So that is all about the advantages of socialism. Have a nice day. Goodbye.